2-3 days ago. I got threatened by someone in the crowd. Yeah.
Tell me about that. What was that about?
So basically, I'll start off with the punchline. Basically, a crowd member in the group, in the audience, threatened to stab me while I was on stage. Right, scary context, obviously. Right, scary off the bat, but it was funny. Like I was there, and right before I'm about to go up, this guy, he definitely was a little drunk, a little bit, but he comes up to me and he's just like, "Oh man, I think I've seen you before." I was like, "Oh, cool." He's like, "Yeah, you're really funny and stuff." I was just like, "All right, thank you." Whatever. Just like, because I'm about to go up, and he's just like, "Okay, look, like I know you're really funny and stuff, but I got my girl with me today, and I just I can't have you being too funny, or else you're gonna try to steal her away from me." Out of context, insane. I'm like sitting there, I'm just like, and I'm tired, right? I work at a day job. I'm doing this night stuff. I'm tired. I'm doing this shit all the time. So when you hear that, you're just like, okay, sure, this is crazy. But as a comic that's about to go on stage, I'm like, this is probably the worst mistake that this guy has ever made. And I was like, I'm sorry that I'm gonna have to do this to you, but just because of just the whole thing, I was like, I'm gonna have to talk about this on stage now, right? So
yeah.
so I go up, and it is a fun crowd, right? I start doing my set, and I'm doing this. I have this anxiety bit, whatever, and then it's like, yeah, I get a lot of anxiety. Like literally 2 seconds ago, a guy came up to me and threatened to not be too funny because I might steal his girl. That got a laugh, right? The guy goes, nope, stands up, right? And he's just like, hey, man, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. So now the audience is like, oh, shit, shit's going on. And I was just like, where I go? I was just like, oh, no, don't worry about that. It's like, I'm just doing the thing up here. He's just like, man, I'll stab you, right? And the audience is like, oh. And I'm just like, well, thank God for all of these witnesses. Bro, killing at this point now. Like, people are falling out of their chairs because they're like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, bro, it's all fun and jokes until it's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. And I'm just like, all right, where are you from? Right. And he's just like, Brooklyn. And I'm like, what part? Bed-Stuy. And I'm like, all right, this nigga might try to stab me. Another fucking roaring laughter. Right. And now his girl is laughing like nuts. And it was like, he got so bad that he started to get up and started walking out. And he's like, you think I'm playing with you? And I'm like, no, I don't think you're playing, but I mean, Bed-Stuy now has coffee shops and shit, so I don't see your threat here, bro. He then walks out with his girl, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, I actually turned to the audience. And I'm just like, I think we can all agree that bitch was mad ugly. So I'm not sure. And then, bro, everyone started roaring laughter again. So that was one of those like first experiences where you never really know what could happen, and your set can change completely. Yeah. But it's just cool to get that like type of story.